sound?
I think he's good. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Old Gray Bricks Live on Thursday Night Live. Glad to have you here. Thank you for joining us. We've got a hearty crew with us this evening and already in the chat. On the side here, Andrew Sada is here. Brickanizer. I got it right. Yes. Look at me. I'm good. Brick Bunny's TV is here. How you doing, man, friend? Thunderstorms here in the south today. So if weird things happen and people's power go out, it's like a snowstorm in Canada. We're just used to it. But I know that Polk County schools have canceled school for tomorrow because of damage there. So we're hoping that they're okay up there. And some of that weather's heading my way. That'll affect me and Mark first, and then some of the others here in the south. But it's spring. We just want it to wash the pollen down the drain. So that is why we like thunderstorms here in the south. So let's go around the room and see what's up with everybody. We will start with Maddie. Maddie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I celebrated my birthday last week, and my sister made me another blue Lego cake. So that was pretty great. Luckily, no instances of, the blue.
Can I ask the blue streak in Lego that you animated? What is up?
So when I animated that in the TikTok, it's because it was to show the blue poops.
Okay, that's what I thought, but
That's what happened. Like, there is blue going on in some people's underwear, so TMIs, I know, but that was really bad. My mom used 2 bottles of blue dye for one cake.
Holy cow!
My teeth are kind of blue right now. I was eating some of that cake.
Is it? Let me see. Let's see.
You might be radioactive at this point.
I know. So, it's not that my teeth aren't clean. I mean, I guess I haven't brushed them since I ate the cake, but
you know that toothpaste aim where it's white and blue right at the tip end as you squeeze it out? That's what Maddie's got going on right here.
Yeah.
I love it. I will say scientifically, I've discovered that if you drink purple Kool-Aid, it will turn it green. I'm just saying. I don't know what happens between entry and exit, but it does. Just saying.
Oh my God.
Let's see. And with that classy comment, let's see. VW Bricks is in the chat. What's up, dude? And also Seth Bland. What's up, my friend? Good to have you here. Did you get any birthday presents from the Lego store, Maddie?
I didn't, but that whole Wink situation, I guess some people were a little shocked that I was able to get free gifts. I don't know. You try it out next time. Just, give them a wink. Just be like, me too?
Did you know that if you tell them it's your birthday and you're a little kid, they will give you a card and a poly bag if you're in the Lego store?
Well, I got something better. I got the monster book.
Well, that's true. You did. But I have, and I don't have it within arm's reach, but I went one year for my birthday. I think it was the year the Saturn V came, the Lander came out. And it happened to be on my birthday, and I got an actual birthday card. And all the store employees signed it even. So it was cool. So again, you got to ask for it. You might get a card.
Can you lie? Next time I go to the Lego store, I'm going to say, it's my birthday.
And she's going to come home with a Saturn V.
It was the Lander, but still.
Dana, the reason that they all signed the card is that your purchases pushed the store into a higher level of profit stream.
They met their
sales goal myself, but no, they signed like a stack of them and they just have them on hand. But unfortunately, but I like your explanation better.
When we took Jake to the Lego store for his birthday and they scanned in some little freebie thing and they accidentally scanned it with the price gun, all of a sudden the cash register showed $403 trillion was my bill because it read that into the price. It was, and I'm like, I might have to move some things around there, ma'am. You
should just pull the studs from out of your pockets and been like, Would this be enough payment?
Actually, I would have just grabbed up my purchases, pulled the Batman gas pellet, thrown it down on the ground, and then disappeared. So
I wonder if
that
was
would have been
the,
easier to accomplish.
I wonder if that was the life size of the X-wing that was sitting outside that he rang up for you.
All right. Did Virginia miss on the birthday experience at Lakers? Oh, he's disgusted at the blue streak of poop that Maddie was talking about.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, he's right here. So there he is. All right. Martin, good to have you here. We haven't seen you in a little while. How you doing, man?
Yeah, there you go. Good. I've been on mute on work conference calls all week, and I always start with hello, and I'm on mute. So, no, I'm good. We've got that weather here. It's a bit windy and muggy. We had that bad weather. So hopefully you guys get good and don't get it. But yeah, just a week really. We went on vacation, which was nice last week, and went to North Carolina and took a big bunch of Lego for everyone to play with, and thought we'll play the game of let's put the yellow pieces in this bucket, let's put the red pieces in this bucket, and see who can do it the quickest. Which is a great way to get your Lego sorted. But I am building. I need some help as well because I'm struggling building. Here's what I'm working on. I'm working on a building. I don't build buildings very well, and so I'm building Tiana's palace over here. And my Bricklink order has not come in. I needed a bunch of window pieces, so I'm having to do different windows and panels, and try to make these doors so they open. So I'm trying to figure out how to do awnings. I'm trying to decide if I go with this with the shutters as like this turquoise color, or if I do real shutters. But if I do real shutters, I've got no way to connect them because all the windows I wanted haven't come in. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. And I'll struggle while we sit here for the next little bit of time. I'll have to walk the dog probably in about 30 minutes or so.
Is that what they call something in England? I'm not sure what that means in England. I don't know.
Well, it can be whatever you want it to be. So, yeah. Help yourself. Hey.
By the way, nice camo hat. People have noticed. They didn't believe you were from Alabama until the camo hat. So
it's actually not camo, so unless it is, but I don't think it is. But I'll take that.
It's houndstooth camo.
Houndstooth camo. Holy smokes!
Well, that's Alabama. That's Alabamian or whatever it is. Anyway, that's awesome.
I'll take it.
All right, Gil, we just saw you pop in. What's up in your world, man? Did he actually freeze? Oh, there he goes. Okay.
There we go. There we go.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing in a legal way. Well, good night, everyone. No. Yeah, it sounds like Jeff's spiel. Yeah, no, not too much. Lego side. I guess actually kind of, I guess indirectly, I've been using Lego to do backdrops for photo shoots, and I'm starting on something which will use a lot of Lego backdrops for photo shoots in a very predominant way. So that could be interesting, which is great because it gets me building and it gets kind of mixes up the two things like nuts and gum, two great tastes, take great together. So yeah.
Did you say nuts and gum?
Nuts and gum.
Did you get chocolate? Did you get chocolate in my peanut butter?
Man, that is like that ages us right there.
That's funny.
Maddie's like, what language are they speaking?
Multiple language.
Yes.
Back in the day language.
All right. Since y'all are talking the same language, let's talk to the other Canadian in the room. How you doing, man? David, we haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing?
I'm not working tonight.
That's good. Mm-hmm.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, that's it. That's a lot of hours. And sorting Lego, that's all I've been up to. I wanted to get in on your build, and I have ideas, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. So I can't build.
It's all good. I haven't judged the contest yet. You can get it. You can get it in.
You have time to get it on the Christmas building.
That's what it's all going to be. I'm looking for Christmas 2022.
That's all.
Yeah, just trying to organize my room, and because it's just always a disaster. So Oh, and I built a few
Okay,
of
that's
those.
not a disaster. Come on,
I
man.
built a few of those just because Chris inspired me.
Do you have those mounted sideways on the wall?
Yeah, they're. I put base plates on the wall, and they're just connected to the base plates.
Oh, that's crazy, man. That's crazy cool.
Well, just because Chris is on the. Yeah, all this kind of.
Oh, that's awesome. That's the best wallpaper pattern I've ever seen.
Do they ever fall off?
Not yet. I'll wait till my son comes down here. Then I'll start falling off.
That's a lot of trust in the stud grip on those stools there, which is not very much.
Well, thankfully, it's not the Galaxy Commander. It's just a 6890. So
yeah, right.
Not too much damage.
Right.
I
That's
just
awesome.
honestly, I just want to see how many I can build, and that's how many I can build.
Oh, wait, we've had a swap out, a drop in an ad. What is up? It is Ryan. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
Where have you been?
Where'd the hair go?
I was here last week.
No, the hair.
That's how entertaining.
Oh, my hair? Oh, you guys made fun of my 80s dad bod, so I started doing something about it.
Oh, no.
Actually, it was John Palmer's fault. He called me bald, so I made it official.
Oh, we're here. Rich must have dropped or something, but you snuck in under the wire. So,
Yeah, boy.
Rich, I hate that. But anyway, how are you doing? How's it going? Tell us what you can and can't about Legoland New York.
I'm not going to talk about that today. Nope. I feel like that's all I ever talk about when I show up. I'm going to talk about a set.
Okay, talk about it.
So I've been saving my pennies for the really big 1989 Batwing, and then I recently picked up a set off Facebook Marketplace that has this Batwing in it, and it's darn near perfect, and I'm in love with it. And it's not going to stop me from getting the big one, but I'm like, they did a lot with a very little amount in this set, and I'm super in love with it. I don't know if anybody else has it, but it's phenomenal.
A really fun set. And it is rock solid. Like I mentioned, you could probably toss that across the room, and nothing's going to happen to it.
Yeah, seriously. Like I'm really, really impressed. Obviously, they're relying a little bit on some newer pieces to get some of the curves and some of the tiling in, especially with like the new triangle tiles.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's one of those things where, like the original Ecto one they did that was for minifigure scale, like darn near perfect, and then they did the scaled up one that was also perfect at its own scale. This one, I don't think you can do any better, short of like mocking it up yourself. But as an official set, I'm stunned. It's so good.
Super good. Did you get the whole set? Because there's a little cop car with that. That's actually super good too.
Yeah, that one was good. Where'd that go? Yeah, Commissioner Gordon's little car. I did like that one. I think it's the same set with like a Riddler helicopter. I didn't even continue with the helicopter because once I got this done, I was like I could have bought the set just for this. It's that good. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We got it for the Shazam.
Yeah, we got it. We got it because it came with Shazam, but enjoyed everything else about the set. So
yeah,
I bought that set. And I agree. It's a great little build. I bought it and sold Shazam. It kept all the parts.
We're gonna need you to get some headphones. You know, you were there.
Oh, so that I can look like the bottom row.
You look a lot like Canadian Papa Bear that's in another chat of mine, but you don't have the white beard, but you look close to this, so it's pretty awesome. All right. So, Matt, what is up in your world, bud?
So I am continuing to build the Ninjago Gardens. I'm on the second floor. I'm building the base of the second floor right now. And I work on a couple bags. Usually I work downstairs in front of the TV. We watch reruns of 6 Feet Under, or last night we watched the 1980s Dune because I'm super excited about Dune coming out this fall.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I have a Dune related mock in my future. I don't know. I kind of feel so I'm geeking out, looking forward to Dune and building some more Ninjago City. One of the things I really like, the color combinations. Of course, Ninjago uses lots of different interesting color combinations, but one of the buildings that they have is uses dark blue with the dark azure, and the colors look great together. Which, of course, it's downstairs. So I didn't bring it upstairs, but you have to trust me. But they look really good. So that's my Lego world, building the Ninjago City expansion.
Cool. So, and you'll have all three together for the big display and everything. That's awesome. That's awesome. Up, Red Carnage is here. Welcome, Red Carnage. Let's see. John Ruddy is here. Brian Pennebaker is here in the chats here. Brett Hoopa is here. So we're glad you guys are with us. Thank you for joining us. All right, Miss Meredith, what is up in your world?
I am working on Martin's challenge. Now that I finished Boone's challenge, I'm going to move on to Martin's challenge. So he has a Princess and the Frog challenge out. So please do mind that Sabine is just here for scale, but we are building Mama Odie's boat house in a tree / throne room, and there should be a bathtub full of gumbo, where she's kind of like the fairy godmother of the story, but Sabine's in there as reference. I'm gonna have to take a Sharpie to some heads to make Mama Odie, but
just not Sabine's head, please.
What? Not Sabine's head. Not Sabine's head. I think we're gonna use Nick Fury's head for it. So making some progress, trying to finish this before the end of the month.
All right, so is this Martin's contest? Martin, can you tell us about the contest?
Yeah. So it's an interesting one. I like building Disney castles, right? And I put something out on Instagram. I was like, hey, what should my next Disney thing be? Although I already know what my next Disney thing is going to be. And then someone messaged me and they're like, hey, Princess and the Frog, Tiana. And I was like, I don't really know much about that one. And then we had a bunch of diversity training stuff at work. Some seminars that were really good. And my company I work for is really trying to work on overrepresenting the underrepresented, right? So as I got into looking at things, I was like, well, maybe I'll build a Tiana and the Frog build. And so I actually watched the movie. It's pretty good. It's quite a good movie. I was like, well, I need a minifigure because I don't want a Sabine. So I got on the Bricklink to find the minifigure because I didn't have one. I have every other princess that there is. And there were 3 available in the world. That was it. And they were about $60 a piece is the average price. I'm like, holy smokes, the only princess that is like an African American is that expensive. And I'm like, no wonder kids aren't able to play with it, or people like us wouldn't mock or build a creation based of it, because often we build with what we have. So I went ahead and bought all of those, and I had one seller at Bricklinks that actually negotiated with me. I was really appreciative of it, and actually ended up getting a few more. And the contest that runs until the end of the month is on my Instagram page. There's actually 2 ways you can enter the contest, 2 groups of prizes, but the fun build part of it is to build something from Princess and the Frog, Tiana, something like that, to go over my cause of raising some awareness of underrepresentation in the society we live in the Lego community maybe. And so I am giving away, I've actually got generous prizes. I'm giving away Tiana, which is a $60 minifigure.
Wow.
I bought, because there's no other Tiana sets really. There's one there. I bought their new Raya set. I'm gonna give that away as well. And then there's a way you can enter just by like putting a couple of people tagged on the post, and then you can win a like 501st battle pack. But did it really mainly to kind of get people talking and doing something they wouldn't do. So I don't know about Meredith, but I know I wasn't going to build this way, so I've got to build something. And Brett's in here. He built a pretty good mosaic as well. And I've had a couple of other people message me. So it's not looking for a ton of people to enter because it also decreases your odds of winning. But people who are talented, who can put something together, share it. I think that could have a good impact. And then people who aren't, that just want to build something, that helps as well. But that's just what I got going on. So
that's really cool.
Yeah. Tell them where to find you on Instagram.
Brick Snaps on Instagram. Brick Snaps. So brick and it snaps together. Not Martin from Alabama. But that's where you find me on Instagram. So
I don't know about that Martin guy from Alabama. I think he's a scammer.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. The Martin from Alabama, if you see it, that one got shut down because Instagram thinks I'm a fraud. So, and it's the truth.
Martin from Alabama tries to sell people fake minifigures.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'll say this: as rare and valuable to the Disney community as that minifig is, I just happen to think about. I wonder what the canopy from the UCS Slave One is going for right now, and so I pulled that up on Bricklink today. The cheapest one is in Switzerland for $160-something bucks.
Whoa!
So that curvy, awesome canopy that I would love to have a couple more copies of from the UCS Slave One. Yeah, you could. It's crazy.
You can get them in blue. You can get them in translucent blue.
That French buff thing. Yes, I've got a few of those.
Trans blue or trans purple?
Trans purple blue, same difference. It's fun.
There is a huge difference.
Not to me.
Purple
When you start talking trans blue with Chris, you see the little pinwheels start going.
I just took mine
Available
apart.
in trans
Dude,
blue.
that's,
It's like, yep.
dude, they can have it for that much money. Jeez.
Wow.
It's crazy. So, do you have some?
Who?
I just took mine off the model.
Oh. Is that the only one you have, or do you have a bunch? Just one? I got you. I have two in my possession. I had two in my possession, and I had two in my cart back in the day when they were like $12. I'm like, I'm not paying $12 for that part. And I let them go. And now I'm like, I wish I would have pulled the trigger on that. So crazy. So crazy.
One question, just for back to Martin's thing for the Tiana is it so rare because it's the only set? It only came in one set. Is that why?
Yeah, so it came in one set that had, I think, an Ariel and or Sleeping Beauty or one of the princesses with blonde hair,
right?
And I think Ariel as well. And it was just a free pack. That was it. And that free pack's like $65. Is what you buy it for now.
And poor Tiana, like, Ariel gets like a little castle tower. Tiana gets a kitchen.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
I mean, that's what's in the movie, though.
That's it. So
give her a little bit more glamour. A little bit.
So I'm trying to make the glamour in that kitchen right now because that's part of it, right? So her castle, her palace, Tiana's palace, is her restaurant there in New Orleans. And that's where she belongs with all her family, and like she hosts people, and it's like it's actually pretty cool. At first, you're thinking that you need something better than that, but when you watch the story, it's true to who she is. It's pretty neat. She doesn't need a castle like a Disney castle. She's a hard-working one. I like her, so she's probably harder working than any of the other princesses. So.
Can I just take a moment to say, okay, thank you very much. I have no idea.
Too much princess talk.
That's cool. All right, so I hope you have a successful contest and you'll judge it faster than I've still not judged ours. So anyway. All right, Mr. Sandlin, I think we've been around the room. Mr. Sandlin, what is going on in your world, man?
Let's see. I haven't done a lot this week, but over the weekend we had on the Bricks and Beer Discord, we had a live chat session on Saturday, and or maybe was it Friday or Saturday? And the theme that Andrew had was space plants and space druids. And so I built a space plant. So there he is. He's got the
He's got the very evil
help
images.
Help me. I added some eyes to it because I just felt that was a little more expressive,
That's cool.
So yeah, it's a space plant that has maybe it's busted out of its incubator thing or greenhouse thing and has mecha legs now, and it's terrorizing the space station.
Oh man, it's like Jason the Wheeled Warriors. It's like Saw Boss.
That's the best theme song ever, really. We got Small Paul. Small Paul, what did you get today?
The Emperor Dragon.
The Overlord Dragon. Yeah.
It has a kind of like tail that you can move around because you can make it like a scissor tail. Yeah.
It does crazy stuff.
Yeah, you can make it into like a katana. It has big claws, which is not good for the jungle dragon.
We're having
Not
bad.
at all.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Purple
Oh, man.
spikes. And it
He
has,
needs an orthodontist.
you can hold the katanas on the wings so that when he's flying, he dives and then he like slashes out of them.
Wow.
He also
That's cool.
claws, and I don't know how to make him like make his claws. He also has like a little power thing.
I like his skeleton ribcagey thing.
Do any of you guys know what the story is with the Overlord Dragon? Because I don't know Ninjago stuff.
Yeah, kind of.
Does Jake know any of that?
Do you know the Lord Dragon? Nope, he doesn't. He hasn't watched the last season or two.
Well, if only TJ was here, he could tell us.
From what I remember from the show, he turns into him at the end of one of the seasons when he's like, he doesn't have a body. He's like almost like a floating entity of some sort.
Well, the Overlord figure came with it. He's like this little ghostly evil dude.
Right. Yeah. I think that's the last season that we saw.
Yeah, Paul's watching the Ninjago movie, but he's not really seen the series. I don't know if it's available anywhere.
It's on Netflix.
It is. If
Netflix and Cartoon Network. My child would be down here to tell you what's going on, but she's a little cranky tonight. She has watched all seasons.
Well, it's on Netflix, so if you want to know about the Overlord Dragon, maybe you should watch it. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good deal.
I think all seasons are on Tubi as well. So.
Oh yeah, okay.
The free one.
Tubi.
Yeah. Tubi. Yeah.
Is that Canadian Netflix? Is that what it's called? The Tubi?
No.
It's
no.
free.
That's Baconix.
All right.
I
Good
thought
deal.
Canadian Netflix was Beaver Tails.
That's something else entirely. That's at 6, 11, and 12. Steak and the fish. Yeah.
It's those quiet moments when I'm trying to get transitions to happen when one of you will drop something in and derail it really, really hard and bad and whatever. So, all right. Speaking of, let's go. I think we've been around to everybody in the room. Let's go to Dana. Dana, what's going on, man? You're muted.
Yeah,
just talk louder.
Classic blender, old gray brick style. So not a whole lot, but I did get out to Wally World earlier this week, and there's a cool new polybag, 3-in-1 creator, German Shepherd. It's got 76 pieces, plus you're going to get some extra pieces. So it's about 80 pieces, maybe 81 at $4.99. So it's about 6 cents per piece. It's a great little parts pack for earth tones. The sad thing is that you get these nice little 1x2 black curved slopes with cut, I guess is what you would be. God, I hate Bricklink names. But the sad thing is they only give you the right side, and you get 3. So, yeah, fail. Who knows? Maybe we'll get another poly bag, and they'll use the left side for 3 of them, so you can match them together and make a full set.
Well, it would just be an amazing rule if Lego would say, if we're going to just they put extra pieces for the little things, right? And those are little pieces. What would be the harm in adding 2 more parts to the bag and add the matching part? It's just a 3-in-1 set, for crying out loud. Make it a pile of poop. Come on, just do something, right?
Well, that would work, or like a poo toy or something like that. But again, it's full of a lot of the nougat pieces, some black and some brown, some inverted brown curved slopes, which is kind of cool. And then the eyes, which I'm not going to take off up here, are the 1x1 brackets in nougat, which has only been available in 2 other sets.
Nice.
One of them was one of the Chinese New Year sets, and the other one was Sesame Street, I think. So great place to find that for pretty cheap if you're looking for it. Otherwise, just bricks and link or brick it or bricks and pieces it. But still, I like these little kind of packs because it's 6 cents per piece. Not a bad little parts pack, especially with all sorts of little pieces. Will I use those pieces or not? Time will tell. And then last night I started building this bad boy. And Chris, Mark, You guys didn't tell me. Maybe it's just because I don't build a lot of non-Star Wars sets. But for a ship or a jet or whatever it is, there is some crazy build techniques in this thing.
Yeah, there is.
I mean, I'm in awe by just building this set. And I feel the need to, once I'm done, I want to play with the build techniques and build some other classic type spaceships using some of the techniques in this. Maybe even recolor it. I don't know. Just a fantastic set. So I'm really hoping, because I do like the White Dragon Ninja, or the little character with her helmet.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of reminds me of those bounty hunter figures, and I forget what the Tron helmets are very similar to these two.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that because they've done a bike and a jet, we're going to get a mech.
Oh, that will be cool.
I hope, but they'll probably throw us for a loop, and we'll get a helicopter. So time will tell.
Mech is the new helicopter with Lego right now, I think.
Have you ever seen a grown man naked? Gladiator movie, Gil.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
Other than that, that's all I got going on. I'm continuing the mosaic on Messy Mondays, which I realize is going to last for like another 22 weeks as I'm doing that one piece at a time. So that'll be kind of fun. But other than that, let me share.
Hey, Dana, but just to drop, why don't you take the that plane there, the Dragon Horse plane jet, and turn it into Neo Explorians?
Ooh, I like that idea. I like that idea.
Yeah.
I think that's going to have to happen. Oop, oop. And I thought I lost you for a second. All right, so I'm ready to go. We can do this week's segment of Old Gray Bricks. Set of the week. And Dave,
week.
This one's for you, buddy. This Old Gray Bricks set of the week is 6880 Surface Explorer.
Yay!
As some of you may or may not have seen in the first part of the show, when Dave was showing off his wall, he had a whole bunch of these Surface Explorers, which I think was the precursor to his project that he'd been working on. So I felt it was necessary to do the Surface Explorer for this week's Old Gray Brick set of the week. So let's get down to the facts. Classic Space 1982, a whopping 82 pieces.
Oh.
You got one minifigure. Retail price was about $7.50 US, give or plus a take for Canadian. Used price $23. Used price already $23, and if you can find one new in box, it's $134. Ah, the days of the Turkish prison. Why is it cool? Fat rubber tires. I'm a big fan of those fat rubber tires. I wish I had gotten more of this set. It is. I just love those fat rubber tires. You can't get enough of them. Wish they'd redo those in some new sets. Good printed parts in this. You got a good computer piece and computer panel, and you also got the slope with the Classic Space logo on it. Gotta love it. You got two segmented arms, and those bad boys do not age well. They are brittle. Ooh, that is a good point. 82 pieces in 1982. Coincidence? I think not.
No.
And last reason why is it cool? Naked Spaceman. And then I do have to point out, and because not a lot of people realize this, or maybe they do, I don't know. If you take the Surface Explorer and you add it to a Starfleet Voyager, you wind up with
a slap mess.
The 1593 supermodel building instructions, which there is a strong debate within the classic Lego space community as to whether 1593 is an actual set or not. Because, I think there was maybe in Germany, I think you could buy it in a box that had both sets in it. And so it kind of quantifies as a set. Dave, what's your thought on that?
I think it's ugly.
There's no question that it's ugly.
I believe it's an actual set. I never saw the box. I also know that from what I was told, you can't actually build it per instructions with the two sets. You have to add some pieces.
I think you're right. There may have been like one or two
I think
pieces.
2 or 3 pieces you have to take out of your collection. I think they're basic pieces like plates or something, but I've never built it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, okay. So here it is. Jeff Van Winden has pointed out. Do you own one?
I have a few.
You have a few. Well, I remember when I was putting together all the space sets and massing that getting ready to take the giant picture to say, hey, I've got all the classic space sets. And I had Jason Andrew Davies out of the UK point out that I did not have this set and that my collection was not complete until I added it. So begrudgingly, I went out and sourced the parts for a second Surface Explorer and a second Starfleet Voyager, just so I could say I have that set.
The 15, it's like one of those. It's not even a holy grail. If you want to be complete, you get it.
Yeah.
If you think that it's a holy grail, I have to dissuade you of that notion.
No, it is not. It is definitely not a holy grail. It is. It's just horrible. But anyway,
it is the equivalent of trying the Beverly at. It's the equivalent of trying the Beverly at the Coke Museum. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So that brings us to the end of this old Greg Brick set of the week, 6880, the Surface Explorer.
I would
ask a question about
for the
Can I ask a
Surface.
question?
What's
about
up?
this
Hang
guy?
on, Gil. Gil, what you got there?
I just want to ask a question, and I don't believe. I mean, I've seen this set for like 600 years. It just occurred to me now. How are those tires? Hang on, is it like an axle rod that going?
Oh,
through
yeah,
the
it's-
wall?
Axle.
Yeah, it's like a 1x8 black axle, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
And do you need something to marry it up to the tire, or no?
It's got the tire actually has an axle hole.
Yeah, the tires have
Oh.
axles. I think, if I'm not mistaken, off the top of my head, I think there is a bushing that sits between the.
There's a full bushing that sits between the axle and the 1x8 Technic.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But other than that, yeah, Gil, it's just got a Technic axle, and same with the uranium search vehicle. It's just held together by a Technic axle through them as well.
I guess I never had these two, so that's just learned something today. There you go.
There you go.
It's my favorite classic space tire, and after putting together a few the other day, I realized that out of all the Lego classic space sets, this one probably has the biggest or highest ratio between basic pieces and unique pieces. There's only 5 basic plates in this thing, and everything else is a modified something.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very few. I mean, I don't even think there's a square brick in the whole thing, is there?
There's no bricks at all. There's 5 plates. There's 2 2x10s, 2 2x4s, and 1 4x6, and that's it. And the rest of it's all unique pieces, modified plates, whatever else. There's not.
And then
nothing else.
the two Technic bricks to hold the wheels in place.
Yep.
Yeah, great parts pack.
Interesting.
I guess I've never realized that it's really like a second cousin to the Mobile Lab, the oddball elephant, which was my first space set and everything. But it in general has the scoop. It has those arms. As a radar dish, it has multiple wheels, and that kind of thing. So it's kind of a second cousin to that set. It seems like so.
Yeah, the Mobile Lab's really cool too.
Oh, I love the Mobile Lab. I have it right here in my hand. I love it. It's right-handed. It was my first space set ever. So. Let's check over here on the room. Brahm is here. Oh, he's asking. There it is. He's asking something. Also, highest ratio of wheels to part of any set. That's a possibility.
Probably.
Well, there's 12 tires.
Yeah. You know what's aggravating about that tire, though? It is like a half a plate thickness more than like 2 bricks high. So if you're trying to get a fender or something over those things, it'll grab those and rub up against them, and it's a pain. Sometimes that tire is a pain in the rear to fit in, because I was trying to use it not long ago. But
at the same time, though,
it'll grab you and rub up against you.
But at the same time, because they're curved on the edges, you can actually usually hang off a 1x1 brick with the connection with the side. I don't know what you want to call them. I use them for headlights. You can do that with those, but if you try to use like the newer tires, they'll rub up against it. So it works. It's got its pluses and minuses.
Yeah. But it's still. I mean, it's a great set. 1982. You could be listening to Asia, and you could be drinking your Tab Cola or whatever that you thought was cool because your mom drank them.
Tahiti treat.
What about the clearly Canadian? You could have been drinking that.
That's a little early for clearly Canadian, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely earlier than clearly Canadian.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, there's a couple stores around here that have clearly Canadian in stock, and I salute and kiss a bottle of maple syrup and think of my friends in Canada every time I see them. So I drank those things like crazy back in the 80s, man. They were delicious. They were clear and fruit flavored. So
Just
amazing.
like your friends.
All right. So anyway, glad you guys are here tonight. We've lost a couple, so if you've got an invite, hop on in. But so we talked last week about our confessions, our sins of spending, and how much we quote unquote budget, or do we have a budget for Lego and everything. One of the things we had meant to talk about, and we won't do it right yet, but our friend right down here, Matthew, actually calculated how many VIP points he has obtained in his medium-sized yet quite busy Lego career, buying and selling Lego. So we'll get him to reveal that. And you know, last week we were talking about that, and then all of a sudden Lego, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I can you know, save some. We're about to redo a floor, and then the freaking shuttle gets dropped. And maybe we'll talk about it later. The new helmet stuff that's out, the one that I like the most. I'm all in love with the Imperial probe droid. We're going to talk about that and its potential for build. It being a decent price set, that's one to get a multiple copy to get some pretty good Greebly parts and everything like that. So yeah, now Lego's dropping a whole bunch of stuff, and
that I actually want for a change.
Do what?
That I actually want for a change.
Right. Yeah. So I want the shuttle, and yes, it will be a dust collector, which I usually don't buy, but that looks like a really fun build. I want to add it to. Here's a crazy thought. I'm like, what if I had all the Lego shuttles? Wouldn't that be cool? Stop it! I don't want to.
You know what that leads to, Chris?
Having all the classic space sets and having all the things. Yeah. No.
It's a slippery slope.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll have when I win the lottery, I'll pull up to your house with my 18 van that I just bought, and I will make you a deal. That's the only way I'm going to get them all.
And I will accept.
Good. All right. Oh, there's the probe droid. Yeah. Oh,
yeah. You're looking at it here now.
You're muted, Mark.
Classic blunder.
I have to keep it muted because the peanut gallery is here. This is Lino Martin's probe droid, which I think is better than the Lego set. Look at it.
That is pretty good.
It's really good. It's also much teenier, right? It's trying to see what scale he's at.
I haven't even teenier.
Yeah, I think Legos is a bunch bigger because they crammed so many pieces into it.
Yeah. Hang on.
The Lego set, the head is really greebly, and it's cool. Like they should have used a few more.
Yeah, that one I got off a Rebrickable.
What were you saying, Mark, about it?
The Lego set, the head is too greebly. It's not. It doesn't have enough smooth bits on it because
He said smooth bits.
All right, so we're already talking about it. So let me pull up. I've got the Brothers Brick. This segment brought to you by my lack of prep and the Brothers Brick. So let me share. Let me share that screen here.
Normally you farm this out to some lackey to pull up pictures or something.
That's right.
He's busy with classic space.
All right, here we go. Oh, wait, Gil, what were you showing there?
Gil has the black series.
Just to give you some comparison.
Gil whipped out his probe droid.
I did.
Oh, dang.
Big and black and shiny. Enjoy.
We are, yeah.
So that's.
Wait, you took that out of the box?
Yes, man.
I forgot how many lumpy bits were on that.
Not the hoarder. Yes.
I'm kidding. I took mine out of the box.
Yeah. So.
Who is the lowest number? Mark, you get it. Good to see you, Nick. Good to have you here. All right, let's look at these. This here. Let's go to the actual. Where is this? There we go. go to the actual pictures here. There's the box, the black box. Do you think they're ever going to figure out that they can make an adult set and it not be black? I mean, is that possible?
No, I don't think so.
No, black is serious business, so therefore it's for adults.
Serious.
Yeah.
Serious.
All right, so there's the bags. Come on. So they give you all sorts of dealy bobs. Look at those stickers. All right, here we go. So they're the new pieces, new colors.
Ooh.
That's nice.
It's got nice parts in it.
Those are some cool parts.
Yeah, I mean, I'll buy the set for the parts. It's got great parts in it.
Yeah, that's those bag parts that come in like some of the superhero sets, the kind of the new tools kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're great.
Yeah.
Comes in the Ninjago Gardens. I just opened one up.
So I don't know, maybe this is a topic for another time, but we're sitting here talking about how great a parts pack is that we would probably buy it. It's probably not going to go on clearance for us to scoop these up like you guys used to do in the past. So is it really more of a bricks and pieces kind of set for us?
Every set is a bricks and pieces set.
Well, that's just it. I mean, are the days of scooping up a bunch of a set or hoping for them to go on clearance because you want the parts, are those days gone? And we're just we're bricks and pieces and Brickinia junkies, and we just, that's how we scoop. That's how we source our parts now.
I think that's true.
You know what? I can honestly say that I have put clearance sets out that I used to would have bought because I can just get those pieces on
bricks and pieces,
whatever. Or Bricklink. So it has.
Yeah, or if you look at something like say apparently like a Batman set, right? You look at it, you're like, do I aside from we just went through to say how awesome that Batwing is that I got, but the when I look at that big bat truck, I'm like, that's pretty cool. But I'm like, but do I really need to overstuff my bins with more black elements? Like, I'm overflowing with them, right? So I find that that's the case too.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all let the phrase "overstuff my bins" go by. I'm impressed. That was.
Sometimes we just gotta let it roll.
Right.
All right, but yeah, those are cool. I love getting these new curves in greebly colors. That's really nice. And
so you said the price is good. What is the price on this?
$60. Yeah, I mean it's the same. It's a helmet price, whatever the helmet is. So
it's the United States, so it's basically free.
That's right. Free with every vaccine.
Hey! No! Krispy Kreme will give you a free donut when you get your vaccine, and I'm getting both on Monday. So
both vaccines.
All right.
No, vaccine and a donut.
I think you meant both diabetes.
Okay, look at the head on this right here. That could have used 4 of that new corner rounded slope that's on the space shuttle.
Yeah, it could have.
If they put those right there in dark gray, it would have made the head look 10 times better.
Yeah, I agree. I wonder if that part wasn't available, or maybe I don't know. But yeah, I see what you're saying there. That could be smoothed out a lot better there. But the bottom part there is really nice. And that's pretty cool.
I think too, honestly, Chris is just the very top of the thing. Like you could have used like a lot of different solutions to make it look more dome-ish, but
in 3 years they'll re-release it for twice as much, and it'll have all those cool parts.
That's right.
Oh, I do like that one camera lens right there that's made out of the clicky joint. That's nice.
Yeah, I was just going to comment on that. I'm assuming it's just got a Technic pin in there to hold that in place. Yep. That's cool.
That 1x3 dishes. What's that on top? Look, what's that slightly curved brick? That
Oh yeah. Have you not seen that piece? Let me go back.
No.
That is right here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They have those in gray and light gray, and then maybe some other colors. But yeah, it's another Gribbly dome.
And that's 3 wide or 2 wide?
3 wide.
3.
Oh, that's nice.
3x3 dome.
Adam, you may or may not have caught the comment that we don't want any more black.
Oh.
All right. So yeah, so there it is. Kudos to them for making the little base. and putting the snow on
Yeah,
the sun.
I love
that's
that.
really
I love
neat.
that snow, man. That's so good.
That's fun. Super fun. Little extra pizzazz there.
That's not what you were saying a month ago, Ryan.
Yeah, I loved the snow. I have no complaints about the snow.
Yeah. But anyway, all right. So positive and negative. Somebody, what do you think?
Well, it's going to be $80 here, and I could spend about 30 on Bricklink 6 months from now and get all I want from that.
Yeah, but I still want one.
Yeah, pass.
Oh, that's an interesting point. No minifigure added past. That would be. Do they need then helmets don't come with a minifig, does it?
No, it doesn't. No, they don't. Which would have been kind of cool if they did, but I think they're
well, then you could have went. Well, that helmet stinks compared to the real thing, so they wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, it gives you a reason to compare something to it and go. No.
I think it's a mistake by Lego not to include a minifig, because when they put them in the UCS, there are minifig only people who will go crazy just to get the minifig. And I mean, I think this is a missed sales opportunity, marketing opportunity, frankly. I'm not minifig obsessed, but I know people who are. They throw a minifig in there, and some people might just buy it for the set and then sell off the Probe Droid. So
that's true.
Especially like some obscure character, like some dude from Hoth Base, like, you know, whatever. Like John Ratzenberger.
That's what you need, man.
Yeah.
No. They need the producer's nephew who is saying the two fighters against a Star Destroyer. Put that guy in there.
Well, the guy
they had taken taken like 5 cuts of that, and they're like, just print that guy. Let's keep going. We got to keep moving.
Keep moving.
What were you saying, Gil? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Oh, no, I was saying, or the guy carrying the ice cream thing. Like, he's carrying like every, there's one in Bestman, one in Hoth, like there's one everywhere. So,
but we're hoping that when they do the Cloud Pilot helmet, then that's where we get the ice cream pilot or the ice cream guy. That would have been
Willow Rod. Come on.
Yeah, sorry, you are right. I didn't want. Yeah,
Willow. His name is Willow Rod.
Yeah.
Willow Rod.
And can we use the technical term? It's a Is it Camtino?
Camtano.
Okay.
Not an ice cream maker.
Willow Rod sounds like his stage name for someone who's.
Well, trust me, when you've been to Dragon Con and you see like 30 of those guys come running around a corner, that's all it takes.
Oh man, I see one guy coming out in like a half a cowboy suit named Willow Rod, and that's what I'm thinking.
It's not Willow Rod.
Okay.
Willow.
Thank you. Let me just take a moment for us to just and clear everything up.
There he is. There's the ice cream.
Too much Canadian ballet, apparently.
Quebec ballet, definitely.
You know, when we go off air, I'm going to tell you what Wilbur Hood reminds me of. There's a surgery when you're really young.
Lost complete control.
Man, I am trying to get us to talk to the topic, and I let it slip for just 5 seconds. And you guys are like a bunch of fire ants after a piece of sugar, man. Luke missing hand minifig. Now that would be cool to have the cut off hand holding the lightsaber.
Yeah, exactly. Just put that with the helmets. Just the hand.
Well, no, actually, what would be good with the Probe Droid would be a Luke that's all beat up after being attacked by the Wampa.
Do they have one of those in the hot set when he's in the tank?
Yeah, he's in his big diaper for that one though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They could have done the 3PO in the alternate color.
Oh, the other white, the white protocol droid, that would have been good.
Yeah.
Oh, they've done that in a Hoth set though. I think
Yeah,
the big Hoth set and everything.
Yeah.
So and the rumor is when more Marvel ones come out is that the Gauntlet is going to be one of the helmet sets. So one of the Infinity Gauntlets will be, which that'll be nice. So
that would be cool.
Unless it's terrible.
But Chris, I can say that I'm sure as the Lego Star Wars money hit, I will more than likely have one of those.
What? What happened?
Is Rich still alive?
I think he fell in the conversation pit.
Oh, he's gonna hit that drawer one by ones hit that and it's gonna hit the floor.
No, that's all right.
All right,
I was
good deal.
trying to make my view more
What Lego should have
consistent.
done is put another droid in the set and just made up a new number, and people would have had to have bought that.
Yeah.
That's true.
I built the. I don't know if anybody got the little rabbit that was the Easter set for the little rabbit. This little dude.
Yep.
That was the little carrot. You built a little carrot hidden down into the thing. Did you notice that?
I haven't built it yet.
Okay, so
yeah,
pretty cool Easter eggs, and that would be cool for those set too. And it actually is not made for you to see because it's part of the support. So you build this in the bottom of the base and then cover it up and never see it again, which is kind of fun.
It's kind of like the pink
Valentine's
bricks inside the brickheads.
Yeah,
That's not a carrot.
Well, then they did the Valentine's thing where you spelled out "I love you" and you never see it because it's inside the container.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just like real life, man. You know it's there, but you never hear it.
And then Matthew, isn't it in the T-Rex from Jurassic Park? Isn't there a frog inside?
I think so. Yeah.
Which is supposed to represent, I think, his brain or his crossbreeding with frog DNA. I love that.
That's cool.
Probably frog DNA.
I'd forgotten about that.
That's cool.
Or
All
you
right.
just ate a frog.
So here we go. Before y'all fill it in with whatever depraved candy you decide to throw at the chat, let's talk about our space. So I'm like, maybe I won't spend very much. Well, there's like 260 laying on the table that I want in 6 days. So good job, Lego. Have y'all noticed? I guess the lead time now is so short from announcement to release. Do you think that makes us spend it more, or what do you think?
Well, it's also because the toy shows are all canceled too, right? That's the other reason.
Yeah, but they still would have left. They still would have been embargoed on revealing images of those because everything's being held off because of the counterfeit market. That the shorter time for them releasing images till when they're released, the less time that the counterfeit market has to try and come out with it ahead of time. Because that's what was happening. That the knockoffs were coming out with a set almost as fast as Lego was producing it, and so this is to shorten that from happening.
Also, I think the pent-up demand for just cool Lego sets is out there. The shelves are empty. I've gone to several places, not to actually buy, but just to look, and they're just empty.
Yeah, my Walmart and my Target, they still haven't recovered from Christmas.
Except the video sets, which are numerous and plenty.
Actually, they haven't been. You can tell they're not moving, but they're not like overwhelming. So I don't think they're either restocking or I think we're all going to see those go on clearance in like shorter time than we even anticipated.
Yeah. So I agree with this statement from Adam here.
Yeah, it's true.
Very true.
Yeah.
I would say that Lego is also copying, I think, increasingly the movie theater, where it was all about opening weekend, about building hype, getting people really excited for the day that it drops, especially when they make a very desirable gift with purchase. So, for example, May the 4th, some years the GWP has been pretty awesome, and you had to spend a lot to get the GWP. So, I feel like they're shifting towards trying to create a shorter lead time, but also generate more enthusiasm so people will line up and buy it. My only complaint about that is that when I worked there, we would always sell out of almost everything the first day. So if you want to front load, send more to the stores. That's the part I don't get.
It seems like they're selling out when the VIP sale goes on first. So to the point where they're almost not having any for day one for the regular sales, which is a mystery to me. You're right. Why do they not have more on the shelf already, or why don't they source it more? But I think this all is still a trickle down from the UCS Falcon, that they just didn't anticipate sales or something. Is their marketing department or accounting department breaking things?
So can I throw something out there?
Yeah.
So talking about building the hype, I know Lego has cracked down on leaks and people in the land with leaks.
Oh yeah.
You think that's they really want to build this hype, and part of that is, I see that as part of that. Yes, building the hype, and then let's face it, a lot of Lego now is a lot of IP, and Mickey Mouse, he doesn't like leaks.
Yeah, that's true.
So
True.
House of the Mouse is not built on letting people know what's going on.
Not ahead of time, that's for sure.
All right. So, here's a question for you. What have you, like right now, I'm sitting there trying to figure out how I'm going to do the shuttle. I'm trying to figure out, am I going to eat ramen for a week, which is bad for my blood pressure? Or what am I going to shift to justify this $200? What is the thing that you have shifted, or something you have, lowered a credit card payment or whatever, I'm just going to pay the minimum so I can go to what have you done to get your needs met with the Lego brick?
I'm going to go ahead and buy a bunch of Lego minifigures from my neighbors and see if Ryan will take them up in New York from me so that I can buy the Lego I want. With no fake Lego in there.
I was hoping he'd come back so I could explain that story.
Yeah.
Because I felt bad slandering his good name when it was actually a really awesome transaction that we had. Yeah, so Martin just sort of explained it. He was trying to sell off some minifigures, and because I've been around minifigures for so long for work and for play, I happened to spot a couple in the batch that were less than genuine, and I let him know. And he's like, "Oh, I tried to find all the fake ones." I'm like, "Oh, they fooled you this time. Sorry."
Yeah.
But we had a good deal going on. So yeah, Martin's a classy guy.
No worries. But that's what I do. I like to, if I can. So I just got a lot yesterday. Often someone a couple of doors down, I went and picked up. It was like $200 on Facebook. Got it for 85. Scooped out all the minifigures, and I've got 85 that I've put together. That, like Ryan, I mean, there's probably some in there that are $20-$30 minifigures. But if I'm in them at 50, 60 cents a figure, or $1 a figure, I'll happily sell them at $2.50 or something, and then I make a little bit, and then that funds what I need to do, and then it makes it appealing for someone else either to get to sell again or get a good deal. So that's how I do most of my Lego, just from little trades like that.
I got you. I want to know if this is an action that actually has been done.
People talk about being able to donate those things to get paid for. I've never, unless you're like a super blood person, they don't give you money for it. They just give you a T-shirt.
Yeah, I don't even get it. I do it every 3 months, and all I get is a cookie and a juice box.
Yeah.
In Georgia, we get free donuts for getting the vaccine. Natalie, Meredith, I see you're about to head out.
yeah, I gotta put my munchkin to bed, but yeah, I did a lot what Martin was doing, where I get bulk buys, and the figs we didn't want that we know are just high value, sell them on Bricklink.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or take them to a reputable secondhand store and get them for credit.
That too.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Meredith.
Night.
Good night.
All right.
Yeah,
you guys run off all the girls.
I'm in the middle.
I'm about 3 months at least away from getting anything new.
All right.
So for myself, when I first got back into it, I got a job at the store. So I spent every dollar that I earned at the store, and I had an employee discount, which at that point was 50%. And so I bought a lot of stuff. And when you work at the store, you're not allowed to sell. But I bought 2 of all the big stuff. So I bought 2 UCS, I bought 2 modulars, intending to have those sold in the future to pay for future modulars or future UCS sets. And so when I stopped working after about 3 years, I had a lot of stuff in the basement. So, in this last year, particularly when COVID hit and people got stimulus checks who were not really desperate, Lego sold like hotcakes this summer. And so I actually went through, I was doing some budgeting stuff for the household, and I actually went through all of my transactions, and I was curious to see how much money I was spending on Lego, or if my Lego Bricklink store was making enough to cover. And I can tell you that in the last 12 months, it more than covered what I bought for myself. Now, this last year was atypical. I probably won't ever sell as much as I did this in 2020, but I actually made money selling Lego despite buying the Cantina and the Ninjago Gardens and a bunch of big sets. But I also sold off some things that my inventory is lower than it used to be. But I mean, this is something I'm always keeping an eye on. I'm always looking for a gift with purchase that I think I might be able to sell for $40 or $50, and I'll make sure I walk in when that goes on sale the first day, so I can get the gift with purchase that I don't particularly want, and I list it on Bricklink. And so, for myself, I'm always trying to look for a way for the hobby not to take a bunch of money out of the general budget. And in the last 12 months, I've done great. I'm sure that hasn't been true every year, but in the last 12 months, it has been true. I actually ran positive on hobby sales. Hobby sales were ahead of hobby keep department. So far, so good. We'll see if that lasts in 2021.
We lost Chris.
Well, I was about to wait for a second, but I guess I'll wait so we don't really drop the feed. So like what Matthew does as far as grabbing GWPs and stuff like that, I have learned from him in that aspect, and I have been really good at making sure to maximize on my GWPs. However, what I have not done is actually sell them yet.
I was gonna say, don't you have them all still in hand?
Well, not all of them, but I do. I mean, I would be hard pressed to say that if I'm probably close to having all the GWP for at least the last 3 years. I would probably. I'm not saying all of them, because some of them are you got to buy a friend's set or this or that, and so maybe I don't have all of them. But I have I do make a habit that no matter what GWP is going up, I will go ahead and get it. And the intention is to sell it. It's just that I have been really lacking on actually populating it in my Bricklink store. I halfway thought about taking them all over to Matthew's house and just saying, here, these are on consignment. Take 5% and, send me a PayPal when they sell or something like that. Because for me, the hardest part is dealing with, everything else I got going on, and then also run a Bricklink store, which doesn't sound like, hey, that's not a lot of work, but it can be. I mean, especially depending on what you got going on for everything else. So,
yeah, I think it absolutely is. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Part of that is, I'm a professor and I don't work a 9-to-5 job. So I can run to the post office at 2:00 in between classes. In COVID era, and in non-COVID, I can go to the post office in the middle of the day when it's not super busy. But it does take time to package stuff up. I have saved all of our small, like when we get a box from Amazon, or Thomas will say, "Is this a keeper?" And I'll say, "Yes, no." If it's a keeper, if it's Lego shaped, it gets thrown in the basement. If it doesn't, it goes to recycling. But I now have a giant pile of empty boxes, and I recycle packing materials, because you can end up spending a lot of money on that kind of stuff. And so I'm always trying to make money on the Bricklink side. So I'm not buying a bunch of packing materials, but I'm actually starting to run out of the small Amazon boxes. So if you guys have any of those boxes that are 12 inches by 8 inches by 6 inches, you can send them to my house.
One thing that I've done in the past with Lego and other stuff is that it doesn't so much work for shop at home because of how their pre-order goes, and they often don't have them. But on Amazon, when you can pre-order stuff, when stuff comes up, I'll just pre-order. So then I've got like 6 or 7 all stacked up. Then as they start to come due or get close to the time when they're going to trigger the purchase and send, I'll make a decision saying, okay, do I want this? If I do, I got to cancel this dude. So I cancel him. So then when he comes and he ships, I'm like, okay, he's gone. Now I got 5 left. Next one coming up, keep him or cancel one. So it's always, if one is about to ship, then I've got to cancel one at the same time. So it's like a forced weeding down process, right? And I just hope I don't regret afterward. I have regretted afterwards, but at least it keeps me from having twice the amount of stuff.
I do that with action figures, so Star Wars stuff. It's
Yeah.
very hard to find stuff in retail anymore. So I've basically taken pre-order everything.
Exactly.
And then sometimes you can buy, like Dana and I split a case, so I went and canceled the individual figures and just bought the case.
Yeah.
But the Star Wars action figure world is almost, I think most of the adult collectors have just shifted to pre-ordering because it's just so difficult to actually find stuff on shelves.
And it's everything. Like, I mean, Lego is actually one of the easiest product to get out as far as like toys go, right? Because they make a lot of it. If it goes out, they tend to bring it back in. Like, it's only when you get stuff like the Bestman Duel ridiculousness that you have something like that. But yeah, it's everything else. You're right. It's like it's a world of pre-orders now, and like you get stuff a little off topic. You get stuff like Mezco or things that are really high end, Hot Toys, whatever. Like they're sold out in maybe a minute, and it's only direct from the manufacturer, right? I hope that Lego never gets to that point where they're having like, something big come in and it sells out literally that fast. Like I was afraid with the blacksmith thing that it would, because I've been scarred by all the other lines that I'm into. So midnight, click, like I'm right there. But it was refreshing to see at 10 o'clock the next morning there was still, shops left, and it's come in and out of stock since. So that's a positive for sure.
Yeah, I guess that fear of scarcity will push us to, and then you never know with Lego because the Bestman Duel came out like 3 or 4 more times. They would release a little batch of them and everybody would buy. So, all right. So here's a question. Before we got to get Matt to reveal his stuff to us. We're gonna do that in a second. What is the one thing that you had a moment financially where you had to give something up that you couldn't buy the thing you wanted and you regret it to this day?
I've got that easy as well. But go, Matt, go.
Right.
Well, I'm not going to say regret, but like I had bought a Death Star to resell for hopefully a sizable markup in the future. And my spouse needed to have surgery, and I wanted my mom to come out to be with me during the surgery. So I sold the Death Star to pay for her plane ticket. So, every once in a while you just give something up for something else that you want. And so I don't regret that. I'm glad that my mom could come out. But so, sometimes you just got to flip things because you need to pay for something. And that's the way it goes.
Sure.
Anybody else?
Yeah. Just one, and this goes way back. Like I had $28 or something saved up, and I came across this sometimes at a Home Hardware here back in the 80s. They would bundle stuff in for themselves, Lego sets. I don't know if Dave remembers this, maybe Dave or Jeff, but and it was sort of like, it wasn't an official Lego one. Like they would shrink wrap it, and then on the outside would say Home Hardware special deal or whatever, right? and the special deal, and I had just enough for it, was Blacktron Renegade and the Blacktron the Rover one. Which one's that? Forget.
Matrix?
Yes. Those were bundled together as one. And I remember holding it in my hand, and I'm like, it's going to take every cent I have, and I put it down. Yeah. And I went back. I thought better of it the next day, go back, and it's gone, right? So, yeah. That's the biggest Lego regret after all these years.
Oh, are we talking regrets of what we didn't buy?
What we didn't buy, yeah.
Yeah.
Every Lego set when my kids were born?
Yeah, my wife, I remember being in, I don't remember if it was a Sharper Image, or I think it was, because maybe it was a Toys R Us. And I think it was the first Red 5 UCS that it came out. And my wife's like, don't you want one? And I was like, we're collecting action figures, not Lego. And this was however long ago that was.
I can't believe you actually said that sentence. But
and I'm like, because we were, I try to stay focused on whichever hobby it is and not spiral out of control. And so I said no. And then several years later, we were at the Discovery Mills Center when it was back, when it was Discovery Mills and not Sugarloaf Mills, and they had the I guess it's considered a UCS, but for the Superstar Destroyer, and it was in the window, and she's like, "Do you want one of those? That looks pretty good." And I'm like, "It's Lego. We're not really. I mean, we're doing action figures. We're not doing." And I was like, "Yeah." So those are two big regrets that I had the green pass to buy both of those, and I didn't.
I had for 50% off. I had the shuttle from Overwatch. Was it 2 Christmases ago? I guess it was, or 1 Christmas ago, in my hand, and I'm like, I mean, all I really wanted it was for the angled wedge, and I'm like, I can get those later, which are like 60 cents a piece. So you have to pay $1 to get two, anyway, the pair, but I put it back, and that's not a major one, but I do regret it because I could have sold the monkey dude and made all that back really easy. And so I've had a few of those, but I will say that the first UCS X-Wing, I got one from Walmart.com when Walmart.com, they overestimated their Lego sales online. So then they deep clearance those out, and I bought 2 of them. I bought one for $50 off of Lego.com. They sent me 2 and didn't want it back.
Oh, nice.
So that paves a lot of road right there.
Yeah.
There's a few of the. Oh, sorry, Chris. I thought you were.
No, go ahead.
There's a few of the Chinese sets, the Chinese family dinner thing, like the sets in the past few years that we can't get. I mean, I could have got it from a friend from China, but I never had the time because I'm like, oh, it'll come out, we'll get it eventually, and we never did.
Oh man, missed out on the Pirates, man. Wow. Oh, don't say the space. All right, we won't. We don't want to hear about space left on the thing. All right. So, he left. Where did Matt go? Oh, well, when he comes back, he must be walking the parapet or something. All right. So let me ask you another question. What is the one set that you would definitely go back and buy full price if you could buy it right now? If you could any set history wise, Galaxy Explorer, I got it. But something, a 100+ set that you would just lay the money down that you don't have, that you would pay retail for right now and have it.
Don't have. I was going to say 10 Cafe Corners.
The Star Wars Rebel Ghost.
If I could go and be in Germany at the time that they had Fabuland, I would have scarfed every single one of them.
Fabuland's good. The airport shuttle.
I'd say probably the Battle of Helm's Deep, or the one with Smaug.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'll actually go with the Ghost as well. I remember buying them for $30 in Walmart clearances when they were out, and parting those out, just throwing the ships into like piles and eBaying the figures. And I'll pay whatever the going is now for one. It's just a beautiful ship.
For the Ghost, man.
Yeah,
I never saw it on clearance.
Yeah.
Do you know what else I think I'd probably buy more of? Like, would be the is it the E-Wing, the one from Rogue One? That's the E-Wing, right?
The U-Wing.
U-Wing, yes.
Yeah.
That is like, for the figs, for the ship, fantastic. It's a really awesome set. That
it is.
And probably the ADU HQ,
with the little Vic Viper in there.
Yeah.
Oh, the vehicle.
That thing I could buy like all day long with the colors, the build. It's awesome.
That's actually on my list to get. And actually, when I'm going to be down at Atlanta Brick Company, and last time I was down there, they had one in box. I don't even need it in box, but they had one in box, and I might get some trades for that one because that's one of those. That whole line, I've only got like 2 sets out of that whole line, and I'm falling in love with the Earth Defense Force. That I feel like I need to have them.
It's amazing. I love like all the Earth stuff. The alien stuff is good too. It's not the whole Mars Attacks thing's not really my bag, but the other one, the Earth side of the ADU side, it's awesome.
But actually, I think the aliens in that set those sets are fantastic. The Queen that was in the collectible minifigure set, or collectible minifigures that ties right into it. The King.
Figs I love. I just don't like the
ships. The ships are garbage, but the figures are fantastic.
Well, the best thing about the Figs I love how they incorporated the infection thing, like where it goes on the head and it turns you like, that's awesome. That's brilliant. Yeah, that's really cool.
But I still to this day cannot stand the ADU uniform colors, that teal or whatever. I can't, just because I'd already got burned on that color in Galaxy Squad.
Was after it. That's
right. ADU was there, and I didn't like it. I'm like, surely, okay, here comes a new space set. Oh, they got blue. It's the same stinking crap blue. No, I want regular blue. You know that.
Even if they had gone dark blue, it would have been better than that light blue. Yeah,
agreed.
You guys are idiots, man.
Matthew's not here, but one of my Holy Grail sets that I would go back and still get is the UCSB one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's a nice set.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I never had that.
Matt's leaving, guys.
Because that was.
You're leaving? No.
Wait, who did leave? Oh, Matthew had to leave.
He wanted to keep it secret. He's got something to hide, man.
Wait. We want to talk about his VIP points.
Exactly.
Stinkhead.
I thought you were talking about that while I was gone.
No. I had to. No.
Are we sure he didn't just spill some water on his computer?
Some Sprite. It's gonna just see pouring it on there.
Because didn't we? I mean, we know how many points he had, or has accumulated.
Yeah, we can. He told us in our little chat. Do you have that? Do you have that number? We'll go ahead and spill his beans for him. That's
because
that doesn't work. No.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. We have a pretty heavy chat, so let me go back and see if I.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of scrolling.
I think my Mac right now is choking on the fact that you're asking me to go back how far?
So I'm actually just watching a potential total disaster at Dave's house. Oh, he made it up there. Awesome.
It's only the message intercept base. You know, it's not.
It's nothing.
It's nothing.
Easily replaceable. Yeah.
Maybe I should see how many of those I can build.
So, hey, did y'all see the little arcade that comes the Monkey Kid? It has a Dance Revolution game in it. Pretty cool. And then this little arcade game that you actually can move some things around. And there's a little claw game in there.
The claw game.
Oh, cool. That's fun.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Hey guys,
Super cool.
I gotta bail. I gotta get Paul to bed.
See you, man.
See you, man.
Hi, Mark.
Later, Mark.
I saw Jeff Van Winden.
Jeff's gigantic number was just on the screen.
All right, wait. Here we go.
32,000? Oh, since joining.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Earlier in the chat, I put, "What's your VIP card number?" Like, who's got the lowest card number out of all of us? Just out of curiosity, I'm guessing Rich, because he probably bought a store when the first
chisel is, and
they came down from the mountain and held it up in front of the bush.
I didn't get a VIP card immediately after the program started, but it was fairly early.
Mine's 7 numbers, so it's probably not too low.
Yeah, mine was 6. Mine was I got at Brickfest, Virginia. One of those, like the first year they were available, we got them. And for the longest time, they thought I was an American because we bought it. They didn't have a Canadian program at that point.
Well, you know Canadian.
I know my Lego store manager here at North Point. I know his card number because it's 150.
Wow.
Because when they introduced the program, they gave all the store managers VIP cards first, and so his is 150.
What Martin's got a number to share with us. What was the number, Martin?
31,710.
Wow, that's
it's
like 1,000 less than me. How long have you been buying?
My son is 14 since he was 8. So at the Lego store, that's not good, is it?
So that was your number or your lifetime points?
That was that's my points. Sorry, my points, not my number. Yeah, my number is a little bit more. I'm not going to give you my number. Actually, I should give you my number and you can test it, see if it works. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm 7 digits.
Okay, 7 digits. So yeah. So Martin, mine. If yours was 30 something, yeah, mine's 54 248.
You make me feel so good. So that's nice.
Well, and so I can't find Matthew. Doggone it, Matthew. Yeah, I can't find what number. And I think his was what 75. Chris.
Oh,
it was a big number. I can't.
Yeah.
His time.
Because I thought I was doing pretty good with that. The fact that I was as close as, I was 25 under his, or give or take. And then what made me laugh is that I think we got this conversation, and Jeff and Wyndham said, "Is like, how does Dana have more VIP points than I do?"
Well, just because I've had my card for so long, but there was a long time where I wasn't buying from Lego directly because, I don't buy from Shop Home for a long time, right?
Right.
So
and I think, and I looked back because Matthew started going through, because you can go on the VIP site and actually go back and see, I think 2 years worth. So, the months of 2021, all of 2022, and then part of 2019. And I pulled up just my 2020 VIP point acquisition, and it was 32,000. So Matthew and I got in this conversation is that they changed their VIP point accrual process in 2019, I think it was. So as opposed to it being 1 point for every dollar, now it's like 6 points for every dollar here in the US. So 2020 was a big year for me for purchases. So that's why I was able to jump up so quickly in points. So
either my friend Seth is still stuck at the beginning of the show, or he's in the wrong chat. I'm not sure, but anyway. So,
oh
wow, look at that!
I'm kind of confused by Nick's comment. It's either he's getting out of Lego and collectibles, or this is some plan for the future. Not quite sure.
Neil, our friend Neil in our club, his lifetime is 5,100. My lifetime is under 20,000, but I think I had another account that was older before the new VIP, so I don't know. But I don't buy a lot from Lego.com, not until recently, because I'm hitting clearance at Walmart's, and it's an hour plus Atlanta, for me to get to a Lego store. So I don't go that much. So that
and I think we were talking about this because for me to get to either of the Lego stores is 30 minutes or less.
Lucky
I think I can hit North Point in probably 20 minutes. That's
therapy. We're doing therapy.
That's what we're here for. But you're right, though. I think because I do live so close to a Lego store is why I'm able to accrue those points. And as I mentioned earlier, I try to hit every GWP with the intention of that I will sell those, even though I haven't sold them yet.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing Ryan gets paid in VIP points.
Yeah.
I wish.
I don't know, because safely say I have the least out of all you guys. I think I have 3,000 VIP points.
Seriously, Dave?
Seriously,
Lifetime or accrued?
I rarely buy anything from Shop at Home.
Well, most of Dave's brick are from VIP days. So.
Well, if you're going to talk about that, you'll remember on Mugnet, what's her name used to every week would post, or every month would post a Shop at Home getting rid of old sets.
Yeah.
And that's why I picked up all the insectoids for $25.
Hey, look, it's another Jeff has appeared. A wild Jeff appeared.
Hey.
What's up, Jeff?
Not much. How's it going?
What's going on in your world, buddy?
Nothing. Pulling stuff out of my beard. That's fun.
Oh, great. Snack for later.
How many VIP points are hiding in that beard?
I was actually going to check that right now.
And how are your hands?
They hurt.
Yeah.
A lot.
What?
Yeah.
I
slammed it in some car doors the other day.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So points.
Plural car doors?
Yeah, don't. So I'm only at 13K, but I have 2,500 right now currently. So that's a free pick cup.
Oh, I didn't look at I forgot my current. My current points are.
But as far as Lego stuff goes, Chris, do you remember that spaceship that I showed you, the blue and gray one that I didn't like the connector on it?
Yes.
Okay, well, I made it worse.
Ooh. Oh, great.
And kind of added another engine to it and changed the back shape of it just a bit.
Yeah.
But the connection's pretty solid now, so I'm happy with it. But
I like it.
Yeah.
Is that blue and gray or sand blue?
This is blue and gray.
Okay.
So your lighting in there looks like sand blue.
Yeah. And sand blue and gray looks like a good combination.
Yeah. Now I'm like, I want to build sand blue and gray. But that's awesome. Good to have you, Jeff. Let's see. My current points, I got 5,100 currently sitting there ready to spend. So
good.
How much?
5,100 or 5,100.
Oh, okay. Because I've got like 16. I think I've got I've got almost 17,000 sitting in the bank.
You know who's got the most is Dave Morgan. He's got like 57,000 current points accumulated.
Oh my gosh.
And we were talking about it one day, and he's like, wow, I could go out and buy a bunch of stuff for free. Yeah, you should.
I got the card about like 10 years ago. The points never worked. Every time I buy something, they will not accumulate.
Ugh.
After about 5 emails with Lego customer service, I gave up. So I've got 0. So no matter what I buy, it's 0. And I can't. I said, okay, great. Can I cancel this card? Sure, we can cancel it for you. I go in, I try to get a new one, try to register again. Sorry, man, that email address is already registered.
Don't you have more than one email though?
I could, but at that point, I'm like, I just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I know Mark has this problem, and I had it for a while. Finally got it solved. My Lego ID, then go into Lego Ideas, and then there's a screw up there, and you got to call somebody and everything. I think I finally got it figured out for me, so I can vote on things. Does anybody else still have that problem?
I had that problem.
I did at one point. Yeah.
I don't know what their deal is on that. Well, and it's also weird going on Lego.com and not logging in as me. It's logging in as Elder Awesome Plate or whatever the goofy name they give me with Lego parts. Like, just let me be Fazoom on here, please. And,
Emperor Sleekfish 65. That needs to be my new name. That is who I am.
What did it say it again?
Emperor Sleekfish 95 or 65.
I thought he said leaky fish.
Yeah.
Either way,
we talked about that earlier.
It's win-win.
I think that's a new build contest. I think that's a new build contest. Build your Lego.com ID name.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, that would be great.
You know, in July, when I finished judging the contest we just had, let's see. We got some more folks in the chat. I didn't give a shout out to. Miner Makes Mocks. Nick is here. Tim Deering is here. John Rudy is here. I don't know if I said that. Mr. Blue is here. Glad to have you here. Let me rock back here. Neil, I think we mentioned. So glad you guys are joining us. Minifig Collector is here. That's awesome. All right. Well, our big reveal of Matt, because Matt has a lot of points from working at the store, doing at the store, all that kind of stuff. And I guess that is a good positive to living near the stores, but when you don't, either it's wait 4 days for them to ship it to you with the gift with purchase, or go haul over to Target and everything, which Target actually has a decent sale. Do y'all know about that?
Yep.
It is buy one, get one 40% off on just about, well, not everything, but
Yeah,
a
tell
lot
me
of
more about
stuff.
Target deals.
Yeah, please. We want to hear it.
And right before that, it was 20% on basically almost all the City 3-in-1 and some Disney sets.
Yeah. And
And
by
now
the way, you
my
Canadians don't need to give us any grief. You're overpaying for it at Toys R Us still, and we are not. So
Actually,
Toys R
no,
Us
they
is-
have really good prices here and great availability. So
And Toys R Us is coming back to the States. There was an article last week saying they were doing some stores in the States.
There is supposed to
So,
be.
nice try.
Yeah, but it's gonna all be like store within stores or like a kiosk somewhere. It's not gonna be a real big, we're not gonna see a Jeffrey hanging out the side of a building anytime soon.
we have two Jeffreys here that can hang out on the side of the building if you want.
I hope it handles better than the Target up here because that lasted like a minute.
Yeah,
Was that the Toys R Us inside of a Target?
No, the Target came up here, and it didn't last a year.
The Target was a turd inside of a lump of.
Because like Target here is like I don't want to deal with the people in Walmart, so I'll go to Target.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I mean, and then so that the Targets here thrive like crazy because
we were hoping that, but that didn't happen.
Oh, Zellers.
Yeah, Zellers.
Well, if you've got something that's like the equivalency or better, then yeah, that's probably the case.
The Zellers that time forgot. We could walk into a Zellers. We could find Lego sets from 8 years before that were sold in the store shelves. It was great.
Yeah,
awesome.
I remember at Zellers, the first Slave 1, I got 9 of them for $12 each.
Yeah.
See now, that's crazy talk. That's just crazy talk.
Yeah, but that's back before when they were on consignment. That's when they just bought all this stuff.
Yeah. I got some really good deep discount stuff at Zellers.
Yeah. The law of Toyland. Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you ever get a Keiko O'Brien with thermal mug?
No, Keiko.
I gotta say no.
A very underused character in Star Trek.
I preferred her when she was on MASH, but yes.
All right.
And she married Klinger, right?
She did. Yeah.
She went from Klinger to O'Brien.
O'Brien, yeah. Downgrade.
That's a step up. That's what
I
that
didn't even
is.
realize that's the same girl because I remember that Klinger had to wear his black, and she's going, "Why are you wearing?" Or no, the white wedding dress, and she was expecting it to be black because that's white is for funerals over there.
Yeah.
In the last episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, I have one of the channels used to do MASH Marathon. Sundance did here in the States, and then MASH went to Hulu, and so we now have Hulu, and so I am working my way back through the MASH. They're about to kill Henry Blake. Spoiler alert.
You know, those first 2 seasons with Trapper and Blake and are so great. I live off those things.
Now, I will say, while they still have Frank and the transition and early Colonel Potter and all his Colonel Potterisms and stuff, which I was like 40 when I realized, oh, those are all for BS. Those, mule muffins and
horse hockey.
Horse feathers.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, I get that now. But anyway, but I still love them. Yeah, when they get really sappy at the end, some of them are good, but they kind of go off the end.
So a few years ago, I was working with this guy who was a little older than me, and at some point in time, I was saying something was going on. We were joking around, and he turned around. And he's like, "Did you by chance watch a lot of MASH when you were growing up?" And I was like, coincidentally, yeah, I think I did watch a lot of MASH growing up. Like, you have a lot of Hawkeye references coming out of you that you don't even think about. And I'm like, there is a lot of Alan Alda, influence on my humor. So yeah, definitely.
There's some of the lines in those first 2 seasons, like just saying like the Trapper, for a guy with a slow leak in the head, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you listened to Alan Alda's podcast, but he was at last year. It was before COVID last year, I think. Mm-hmm. He got some of the remaining folks together and did, and it was too short because I could have sat there and listened to them talk forever.
Awesome.
Talk about the experience of the show. And there's only a handful of them left: Radar and Loretta Swett and Mike Farrell.
Yeah.
But it was really good to hear them talk about it. And Winchester, what's his face, had just
David Austin Sears. Yeah.
Was on that weird episode of Star Trek with somebody took a Sharpie marker to his head.
Live 60 years old, and then it's like Logan's Run. Live to be 60.
Yeah, exactly. Janet Logan's Run. That's right. All right, hey guys, and Jeff has just joined us, and I hate to go ahead and start landing the plane. But we're getting a little bit of lightning here, and my wife just got home after driving through the storms that are coming. So I'm going to start landing, parking it for the night. Thank y'all for being here tonight. We actually, I don't know if you realize it or not, our next episode will be on April the 1st. So we'll review Mega Block sets for everybody. And
I just want to say this now before we get there. I hate April 1st as a Lego fan because it never fails. There will be like 12 things that we're just going to go,
LugNet was perfect on April 1st every single year. LugNet was awesome.
Yeah. I will say, Lego missed the opportunity because the thing they revealed was it last year or the year before when Dots came out that they had the spots for boys and it had all those pieces and stuff. Those would have sold like hotcakes, man. I would have loved to have had those things. It would have been so great.
And I wouldn't have had to buy a $25 set for 2 of these little
with the rocket on it.
With the rocket on it.
I can't wait to review some Creo sets. It's going to be great.
We can do it. All right. Y'all have a great night. I hope you stay safe. Those of you here in the South with the weather rolling through. I hope my Alabama friend over there will stop sending those storms across the line, please. We've had enough. Thank you very much. But thank you guys for joining us here. Thank you for being my friend and hanging out with me and all of us tonight. Thank you for what you guys do. This is like Lego convention every week, and getting to hang out with you, as my Canadian friends would say, hosers. So anyway, have a great night. Be kind to a neighbor, wear a mask, go get your shot, get your free donut, which I'm doing on Monday. So on Messy Monday, I might be sweating and having all the shivers and eating my donut for getting my shot. You guys, I can't say anything about you and your probes. I can't say it. Y'all have a great night tonight.
The probe is waving to you, Chris.
Going to end it
The probe
right.
is waving.
See everybody.
This plane needs to land.